Woo! Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green. How you doing? And my co-host John Adia's got a big smile on his face right there, man. It's been too long, 2 weeks too long, but we needed a break. I needed a break more just because I was transitioning here down to my new studio here in Nebraska. I'm starting my job here as the lecturer and director of esports coming up here, actually starting now. So starting last week. So I've been doing that, John. Man, how you been doing?
I've been good. I'm excited for today's podcast episode. I've got a way you can lose weight by playing video games, plus a reimagined video game of something from 1975 that when we look back at the new video game releases.
Yeah, game releases.
This is like a remake basically of a 1975 video game. And I looked up what the 1975 video game looked like.
Right.
And it's crazy that was even a thing. That, like, number one, it existed that long ago. I didn't even know how. And then number two, what it looked like, you won't believe it. But I've been doing okay. I've been doing okay. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I can't wait to see that game.
You're in Nebraska.
Yeah. I'm back in my home state. What's up, Zipper Straw? How you doing? So yeah, it's been fantastic. It's been crazy, good feel, good vibes coming back to campus and meeting all, seeing no faces, seeing new faces, and just getting introduced to campus and the team of people I get to work with in the faculty department for content creation for the esports program and getting it going. I mean, they are really hyped up. They kind of reminds me of when I was a freshman and I was in the huddle for the first time with my offensive line and Tommy Frazier. and one of my offensive linemen, Aaron Graham, goes to me. Oh no, Aaron Taylor goes to me. Well, they're both yelling at me saying, "Freshman, we're gonna get the ball, score it in the ends, put it in the end zone." I'm like, no problem. Yes, sir. We're gonna So everybody's like, super excited to get the esports program kind of, going out of the, it's in a club state right now, and they'll get some of it competing in the varsity level, and then obviously getting some of the teams on that, on that varsity level and potentially into the athletic department. That's the whole goal. And we already have a summer camp set up here in the first 2 weeks of my job. So it's like things are moving quickly and fast, but all for good things, to help the kids on campus and the kids, in high school and middle school to understand what esports here is in Nebraska at the college level, that it is something real. They could eventually earn scholarships and do great things, not just being a really good gamer. They could become a video engineer. They could become a show director or a commentator, shopcaster, as we call them here in the esports world. So it's been, like I said, a fun last couple of weeks, and more fun stuff to come down between now and the summertime. So very excited, man. So what's about you? Anything else going on for you, John?
I have started focusing on my dopamine.
Is that helps with sleep?
Yeah, it helps with sleep, helps regulate mood. It helps. So basically, I got into researching dopamine. I don't know why I did, but it's a this is my dumb, don't listen to me. Go download some podcasts from Andrew Huberman, who's a guy who is a professor at Stanford who knows what he's talking about. But here's my dumb version of it. There are things that we do. Video games, prime example. You play a lot of video games, you keep going for that dopamine hit. You look at your phone, you get a like, you see something funny, you get a dopamine hit.
that feeling, that feel-good feeling.
That feel-good feeling, that
Not just sleep,
reward,
not
that
just sleep.
motivation to
Right.
keep you going, and the thing that happens is once you get on your phone for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, you're playing video games, same thing happens. It can happen with a number of different things. Basically, you get
Mm.
kind of addicted to this,
Yep.
and your brain starts going, "Oh, he's getting dopamine from the phone. We're good. We don't need to give you any more dopamine." So this level that we have naturally in our bodies will go from here to here, and your body starts going here. And so
Mm.
it's like, we'll get the phone dopamine, don't worry. But the problem with that is then you lower this dopamine, and this dopamine, should be
Right.
up here and it's down here. So I'm just trying to get my dopamine clean.
So you're trying to not be addicted to things. In other
Exactly.
words. Okay. Got you.
Exactly. And I'm
Okay.
trying to see if it helps you sleep better, helps your mood, helps this, helps your motivation, helps that. So
Yeah.
that's my little test. I'm on like day 9 or something like that.
Okay. I like that test. Yeah. Keep me updated. I mean, that's something I kind of not realizing what I've been doing, but I kind of stay aware of that every day because certain things I don't want to, get into doing because it feels a certain way. I only do it because I know make sure I'm control of why I'm doing something, and that's
Yes.
what you're talking about there.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
So one of the things I start doing is there's things that they tell you to do is get the sunshine on your face, go feel the
Yep.
sun,
Yep.
go walk outside, work out. That's going to help with
Ooh.
your sleep. I try to put my phone away for the first hour of every day. So the first thing I don't want to be like, oh, dopamine, dopamine, dopamine right away.
Right.
Like the first thing when I wake up, I put that
Right.
away
I love your commentation behind it. Yeah.
and
That's awesome.
I go do something, and my brain's like, "You just did something, thanks," and that gives me some dopamine. You just
Right.
worked out, great. Here's some dopamine. Oh, I love the sun. Here's some more dopamine instead of just cheap, 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 cheap dopamine. That's what I'm
Gotcha.
doing.
Hey, I got
Anybody
you.
want to join me? Anybody
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
help?
I'm in because I do that stuff. I wake up, first thing I do is work out. The weather has kind of been gray. It
Yeah.
had a bl- we had like a snowstorm over the weekend, and it just melted off. But like around noon, the sun kind of peaks out a little bit. So I make sure I get that on. You get hit. That vitamin D is important
Yeah.
for the
So
human
important.
body. Wherever you are in the world, you have to have that because that's where if you don't get enough of it, that's where it leads to depression, other little things, and then you're doing that vicious cycle down. So definitely understand that.
And I think it's very clear because who doesn't feel great on March 17th when it's 65 degrees and the sun comes out and you're outside and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, the sun. I've been out." You can spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes out, 40 minutes outside. That's
Exactly.
that's your body going, "Oh, I love this. The sun's out again."
Yum yum. Because you need that. You want to do the read here real quick before we get on to quick hitting news bites?
Absolutely. Ahman Green's
All right.
Gamers Lounge podcast brought to you in part by Bet Online. It's your number one source for all your sports betting needs. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup information, player news, and game trends at Bet Online. And as your continued source for all sports wagering information, Bet Online features live betting, free contests, giveaways all season long. It's always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events, whether
Mm-hmm.
that's the NFL playoffs. Let's go.
AFC NFC Championship
It's here. It's
weekend.
here. Who are you picking, by the way? What do we got? Chiefs and
Chiefs and
Bengals,
Bengals and 49ers
Eagles.
and Eagles. So
Uh,
I grew up a 49er fan, and just because of nostalgic sake, me and my dad rooted for the Niners. I'm gonna go for the Niners.
Okay.
Not saying they're gonna win, but it's gonna be one heck of a game, I believe, on both conferences. Big question mark is Pat Mahomes and his ankle. So Bengals can take advantage of that. Their defense is playing lights out right now, so they can get back in that backfield and cause him problems because we've seen it before when either Pat Mahomes is hurt or his old linemen in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago were hurt, and it was just kind of it wasn't the game that we saw from him and his team. So watch your bets there. And I'm in Nebraska, and I found out I can't bet online. There's no online betting. I was trying to put a bet in this weekend, and it hit me with, you're in the state of Nebraska. There's no betting. I'm like, no. Like,
no
come
fun
on,
for
man.
you.
No fun.
Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's spelled BLEAV, to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts. This is the way I look at NFL games and Super Bowl winners since the last few years, since I got back into sports cards.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are you talking about sports cards? Because basically you got these guys, you got their rookie cards and whatever, and if they perform well, lots of people want to buy them.
The value goes up. Yeah, value goes up.
So I start looking what I've been doing, and the only one in football, basically the only players in football that are really elite or worth anything are quarterbacks. Sorry, running backs.
Really?
I'm just saying,
really?
like, yeah, they're worth the
like
most.
That?
How about this? They're worth the most, right?
Okay.
They're worth the most.
I see that. They don't win those games by themselves. I just say that.
I agree 1,000%. We put way too much stock on quarterback wins, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. So I look at who do I want winning a Super Bowl? Do I want Jalen Hurts? Do I want Brock Purdy? Do I want Pat Mahomes? Or do I want Joe Burrow? That's the way I kind of look at it now.
Ooh,
which quarterback do I want? And honestly, I got a Mahomes rookie, so I'm probably going to pick Pat Mahomes. Like, I want the Chiefs to win.
Man, yeah, I say I haven't collected cards in a while, but I want the youth because Pat already has one.
Right.
I'm not far from Kansas City, and I know a lot of Chiefs fans actually in the house that I'm in right now. There's some Chiefs fans upstairs. I would say for them, obviously, yeah, Pat Mahomes, but I would say for like one of the young guys like Jalen Hurts or Purdy, one of them young quarterbacks that are, as we know, as a young quarterback is tough. And for Purdy, it doesn't seem tough, but he's out there doing his thing. Jalen Hurts, we heard all the naysayers in the offseason, but then in the regular season, he didn't prove everybody wrong. The only question now is his health. Is how bad is that shoulder banged up? Because you saw how he protected it when he ran the ball, in the game, and when he threw the ball great. He had some great throws. He had a good deep ball on that first reception by Devontae from Alabama receiver. He had a great catch, throwing catch from him. So we'll see. I'm excited for them all to play that game. I mean, I'm just ready for some good football. But let's get into this quick hit news bite. And as we started the stream, and real quick, if you're new to the stream, we're going to talk about stuff, and that's what we're about to do, stuff from around the video game industry. And stuff typically that pops up is kind of like this category here. But like John started with the kind of like the health tips. So this is into cyber tips here. We're going to talk about what's going on with Riot Games. League of Legends source code has been stolen and now is being held for ransom. So they have the information, for the game that they do the updates, John. The updates because I know you play Rocket League.
Yeah.
And they do weekly or monthly or bi-monthly updates for every game out there. And so League of Legends got hacked sometime last week. And the hackers are basically they have some of the information and they're saying to Riot, if you don't pay a certain fee, we're gonna divulge it to people or to somewhere else to create more problems for you. So they announced this. Riot announced this on their Twitter account last week, and so this is by way of PC Weekly. So like I mentioned, it occurred last week, and then they did it. It was an undisclosed social engineering technique. So that means social engineering uses conventional deception instead of technical hacking, so such as fooling an employee, giving up their access with credentials and a fake email header. So this just, you just remember I brought it up a couple weeks ago on our last show. I got hacked on my Twitter got hacked.
Yeah, how's that going, by the way?
And it's still just going in circles. So I've sent another email because when I did the first, report to support that I got hacked, and I asked all the questions, and all my questions lined up to, oh, you're hacked, and now we can help you. I even did a screenshot of what the people who hacked me was posting, it was something about Bitcoin, and that's how I found out. One of my friends said, Ahman, I know you don't deal with Bitcoin. You must have got hacked, and sure enough, I did. So I did all that, and then the first reply was, we can't help you, basically. They said this long email saying, we can't help you, Ahman.
What?
You just were hacked. And
good luck.
This, that, and the other. Yeah, good luck.
What is that? What kind of support is that? Hey,
I don't
sorry,
know.
You're screwed. See you later.
Come on, Twitter. So I resent. So just yesterday, I sent another one. No, today's Wednesday, so Monday, I sent another request to help. Like, send the same information. I'm gonna check my email here, after the stream or after the podcast stream, and just see what they say. But just so you know, it happens commonly, and for companies like Riot. So I'll continue with the article here. So like I said, it's a social engineering. So Riot, according to Riot, the thieves were able to access the company's infrastructure to steal game source code of League of Legends, which what basically is going to happen is it's going to delay some of the updates and some of the patch rollouts that they do to the games, like I mentioned to you, as they do in other games. I say, but the good thing is what I like with this article, and I'll say I know this from the IT world. It's going to give you some tips on how to protect your accounts. Any account you done online where you got to create a profile and put your name, your address, your social security number, anything of that information. So number one tip here is to use a password manager. So one of them it's an app you could download that will protect your data, that information I just mentioned, like
your that gets hacked.
True.
Just
true. But I believe they have it has its protection. It has other stuff that I'll mention here in a minute. It has the two-way notification. So so the biggest risk, as I'm saying, reading here, it says the biggest risk is the unused. So major websites services report massive data breaches, so on a shockingly regular basis. So you're using your email, your password, and multiple accounts. So what people need to do too is create a password that is very, very hard to figure out. You want to have characters between the most characters you have, the harder the password. I learned this doing my IT certification last year. So if you have a password that's 10 characters or more, and you flip flop, from numbers, letters, characters, whatever they allow you to use the full max of whatever you can use. That means if you could create a 14-word or 14 character password with numbers, letters, special characters, all that stuff, do all that, because you give the hackers even a hard time, and those characters for over 14 would take somebody like 100 years to hack your account.
Really?
So even have a time limit on when they could hack certain accounts that has certain passwords that are over 10 or 12 characters. Were you about to ask something?
I've been thinking about doing this because with my passwords, and password manager is probably something I should probably look into, but
it's huge, man.
I mean, we as people have so many passwords. There's no way you can remember all of them. True. Absolutely not.
That's why you get a password manager.
That's why you get a password manager.
So the manager will have them. You just put them in there and you remember them, and it's in a safe, secure, as long as you use different passwords. You have to do that. That's like the number one thing, because I know friends that use literally the same password for every account. You can't do that. You got to switch it up. Variety is the spice of life, especially in the password game.
Okay, so how about this strategy though?
Okay,
you got that two-way verification.
Yep, that's number 2 on the list here.
I've thought about doing this because there's so many accounts you sign up for, so many, which by the way, I hate, because I know I'm not going to go maybe I have 60 accounts. I'm not going to go 60 for 60 with all these accounts, not one of them getting breached. Like eventually something's going to get breached. What if you just put in no nonsense, whatever, copy and pasted it in, confirm your password. You don't even know it. Basically, you sign in,
right?
And you just go. And then the next time you need to sign in on your phone, you just change your password.
That's one way, but you're literally changing your password every time you log into an account.
Exactly. Good luck finding it now. If it's just all random stuff, then the next, I know it's a hassle.
Yeah, it's a hassle.
Someone's probably laughing at me going, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. But I don't know. Just change it up all the time, even stuff that doesn't even make sense to you.
Yeah, exactly. So BR Facial says it's amazing here. He said, it's amazing how with it being your account that you can't get it back to you. Instagram is the same way. So was Activision when Warzone 1 came out. So I'm gonna find out. Hopefully Twitter will have a solution. Number 3. So I'm gonna finish with this list real quick, then we'll move on here and get to this or that. But it says stay safe with security software. So what they mean by that is, let's see. So now that online accounts are being locked, it's time to turn your attention to security to your personal computer. So they're basically saying once you obviously may get hacked, that hacker might put malware in the hack that they already started you with. And malware is basically putting a door stopper in your back door of your house. Just imagine your internet is like your house, right, John?
Mm-hmm.
And people listening. And so you already had a break-in. So, somebody's in the house, right? You could tell. But then you get them out the house, you get that person arrested physically, but then they put a door stopper in the back door. So they go call their friends. Hey guys, I got arrested, but it's a malware program that has got their back door in. So you can still get in the house from the back, so you can still get in the internet, because basically they left a window open for somebody else, or for a more, of a nasty program to come and shut down your computer, take more information. So do that. So be aware of that as well. So, and
we're screwed. We're screwed.
I'm
We're
just trying to say,
screwed.
so you
Everyone's
doom
gonna get
and
hacked.
gloom.
It's the worst. I hate hackers. I hate this whole thing. We're all screwed.
Yeah,
Seriously, everyone. Our only saving grace is if artificial intelligence can figure out a way to stop hackers, because we
true.
can't.
It's
We
it's
can't.
it's tough. So what you do with that though, you make sure your Windows on your computer, your Windows iOS or whatever iOS you're working on has the best antivirus program in it already. So if you do get hacked initially on the front side, the malware will get shut down if you have firewall. You have a firewall that comes down fast, boom, it shuts it down. If you remember Die Hard, remember
Yeah.
the first Die Hard, remember when
Okay.
the terrorist was hacking into the computer and Argyle, the one dude, the black guy with the glasses, he was like, "Oh my God, the quarterback is toast." Remember that scene?
Okay. Kind of. Yes.
Yeah. Well, remember he was hacking the computer, and remember when he hacked it, like a laser came down and like shut, like he couldn't get in there unless the power of the building got shut down. Remember the police
Okay.
shut all the electricity off, and that helped them. So
Yeah.
that was a firewall. That firewall shut the hacker down. It was the last resort of power or of protection for the bank to save their
Oh,
money from the
yeah.
terrorists. But what happened, you remember in the movie, as John McClane say, you dumb cops, shut the nothing against cops, just saying it's a movie line. Just want to put that out there. Shut the electricity off the building, so boom, then the terrorists could get in the money in Nakatomi Tower and there. And if you know Die Hard, you know Die
Yeah.
Hard,
Yeah.
that it's not only practical information you can learn, it is also a Christmas movie. And then boom, there you go, how they used that to hack, to try to get they try to hack and got stopped, but then the electricity shut off and then they were able to get in there. So
I got a couple quick things.
Right.
Once again, XBRX Facial says, when working with our clients, people hate even doing the two-factor authenticator. People would much rather take the risk of getting hacked than have to put your two-factor in every time.
Yeah,
I know. I get it.
I agree with that. And what it is though is people
Worse.
don't have patience. You got to have patience. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned this. I knew this before I got hacked, and I knew this last year. It's just you got to think about what you're protecting. You know, you're protecting vital information from your bank account. If you have like a your bank account, your bank has an app, to Facebook app, all the apps. Just think about how important that information is to you, and if somebody else gains access to it. So put that in your head. And I've been coming. I remember the last few passwords I created were so diabolical that when it was right before school ended at Lakeland,
Yeah.
that some of my my coaches were trying to sign in using my password, and they was like, "Coach, what's the password?" I'm like, "I don't know. I had to write it down." I was like, because I had, it was other stuff I was dealing with. I was like, man, I don't want to get hacked. So number 4 on the list, and I'll wrap it up here. It says, don't use Windows admin account. So it says, here's one of the biggest under the radar security pro tips around. Don't use Windows administrator account day to day. Instead, use a secondary standard account. So this one I never heard. So a lot of malware tries to sneak itself on your system. Only administrator accounts can install software in Windows. So if you're using a standard account, you won't be able to allow your rogue program onto the PC accidentally, at least not easily. But for best security, set up your computer with all the software you need using an admin account, and then use the secondary account to go about your business in general life. So, okay, I never heard of that one, but that's a new one. That's a nice little tip there.
The thing that gets
use
me,
another
Ahman,
email, basically.
Yeah, the thing that gets me is we are, and you're right. I don't think the bank even lets me set up the thing without two-factor authentication.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good thing. That's great.
But banks, Twitter, Facebook, but then there's like these secondary apps, right? Where you're like, oh, I guess this app lets me do something fun. I'm just going to sign in, but you don't do it with those apps,
right?
You know what I mean? And our phone is filled with them, and that's that's the worst. By the way, Riot Games says they're not paying that $10 million ransom.
Right. Yeah, I didn't finish the article, but you can see it. It's on PC World. Check it out. Finish the Carnage. And the last tip is back up your data. I think that's self-explanatory. So get a hard drive, SDD drive. You can go to Best Buy. You can get a terabyte for like $80. That's worth your information, I believe. I think they're selling 4 terabyte hard drives now for like a little bit over $100, maybe 150, which is well worth the stress to do that for yourself. So people, 14 characters or more passwords.
14.
Get firewall programs put on your computer and back up your data. Those are the tips We got health tips. We got computer tips. We're gonna have game tips in a minute.
Can I get to my story? Health
tips?
Yes,
get to your stories. Yeah.
Okay.
So as I said, health tips.
So speaking of health, why not use video games to get in shape? This is what a YouTuber did. YouTuber and streamer Scooch revealed that he was probably in the worst shape of his life. This is from Yahoo. Result of sitting all day in his gaming chair, eating and playing video games and eating crappy food. So he said, I'm going to do something about it. So basically he used VR gaming. He used, I believe, the Oculus, played Beat Saber. Yep. He got really good at that. Then he started using the Nintendo Switch. There's that ring that you can use as a Ring Fit Adventure. Right, so basically he just started moving his body and eating healthier. And the results were this. He weighed in at 186.2 at the start of his challenge, which lasted 30 days. Okay. And by the end of it, by eating healthy and playing these video games, I believe every single day, he got down to 177.6, a total of 8.6 pounds lost in 1 month.
Nice. And these games have been around for a while. It's been mostly on the console games like Switch. Xbox did it with the Kinect, and so the resources are there. It's just, for me, are people motivated to actually use it for the reasons that Xbox, Switch made these games or these peripherals that would add on to the consoles. I thought they were fantastic ideas. It's been really cool to see it. I know I'm gonna try out the Ring one day. I know I did Kinect game stuff, and my wife and I we did. It's a funny moment. She's not gonna like this, but okay. We were playing on Xbox when the Kinect came out. They made, remember the talk show, like game show, that had the big balls, the big red balls. I can't think of the show, and the name is slipping my mind right now.
They jump on them,
yeah,
and then they get like knocked off.
It was the obstacle course.
Yeah,
I can't think of the name, but you know what I'm talking about. Wipeout. There you go. Thank you, Notorious.
Wipeout.
Notorious.
Yeah.
So Wipeout. So they had Wipeout on the Xbox One Kinect.
What?
She is not awesome. My wife is she's gonna beat me up when she hear me do this. I gotta tell the story though. It's hilarious. It's awesome. So I'm playing it. We're both playing it, right? And we do all the Wipeout stuff, and then we go to the Kinect Sports, and we start doing it. We did an ice skating competition. Okay, ice skating on it, right? And I go first, and I said, it's all your body. It reads your body perfect. If you do the move, whatever's on the screen, boom, you hit the moves right, you're gonna get your points, and then you'll have a little peanut gallery cheering for you off in the background, right? So I hit my moves, boom. You're awesome. You're amazing. You're fantastic. She gets up there, they're like, boo. They're like, she's like, God damn it, I'm doing it right. What are they doing? Are they hating on me?
Get off the stage.
And they kept boring her, and she's like, I'm quitting. I'm like, no, keep going. It's okay.
That's hilarious.
I was like, babe, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. And she was hitting the moves correctly. I'm like, man, and every move she was getting booed. I'm like, oh, poor. And she was like, never again. She said, nope, don't ever ask me to play Xbox.
That's hilarious. They just start booing her.
I was like, oh, this is so wrong. But like I said, very practical, help you lose weight, get in shape if you use it the right way. Consistently. It's all about consistency when you're working out there. Oh my God. She's not gonna like that. I already know. I got text messages coming in already. So were you done with your story, John? Sorry, I went on that tangent, man. All right. So let's get over to this or that right now. Alrighty.
This or that.
All right.
Okay. By the way, FYI, I can't hear those. Just enough.
Oh, the audio. Okay, I'll just tell you. I'll say it. I'll run it through. All right. Okay.
So the first this or that, Ahman, is courtesy of Big B, who sent this in to us. By the way, if you have a this or that suggestion, just send us a message on our Discord or on our social media, and you could be part of the podcast. Like Big B, he asks this. I love this when I saw this.
Yeah.
Andor or The Mandalorian.
Ooh, man. I'm gonna have to go Mando. The Mando. It's just because he's been around. And he's and I'm not, Andor is a badass. He's gangster because of what he's done as a rebel. But I just got to go Mandalorian. I'm Mandalorian. I like them both, though. I mean, I watched them both. As we know, we broke down. We might have to break down Mandalorian next after we're done on Wednesday.
if we don't, Mandalorian season 3 starts on March 1st.
We'll have plenty of time.
Yeah. And by the way, oh shoot, I should have brought the trailer that was revealed
Monday night during Super Bowl. It was it was the playoff game.
Yeah. It's the Monday night playoff game.
Yeah, the Monday night playoff game. Yeah. I'm gonna go Mando.
Yeah, me too. Although I really enjoyed Andor, and I suggest watching it too, because after we reviewed that, I thought it was a great series.
Beautiful. Great series.
Listen, man, Baby Yoda is in Mandalorian. Grogu.
That's your little homie.
I know.
You love some. What's his name?
Grogu.
Grogu. I know it's with a G. I know it was a G. Grogu. So, that's your guy.
This is not even like a contest to me. As much as I really enjoyed Andor, Mandalorian will always. I think Mandalorian it's
a step above Andor.
Yeah. Just in my opinion. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Next one on the list.
Okay. Next, this or that. Where did you sit on the school bus? Front or back? What about the middle?
Middle? Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Well, Eeyore didn't add that in there. He should have. I was a front guy. I wanted to get in the front. I wanted to be the first off, basically. Wanted to be first off. I didn't want to. If I was in the back, that means it was a long trip.
Okay.
And I wanted to get my sleep in. I don't know what my thought was in there, but I didn't ride school buses to school a whole lot. It was only school buses. The buses when I was on was going to football games, like the varsity, Friday night games. Okay. That was it. So
I think I sat usually in the front-ish of the bus. Yeah.
I was a front to get off, but if not, like the game was over, I was in the back because the game was over. No need to rush off the bus. I could sleep a little longer.
I don't like the back of the bus. I don't know. Maybe the back of the bus. I think the middle of the bus is probably the safest, but
what? Hold up, time out. Why is it the safest?
Well, I guess unless you
gotta explain.
Well, I'm just thinking like accidents, but I guess you can get hit any different way in an accident.
Oh, yeah, because people be throwing stuff. Yeah.
Like, are you going to rear end somebody? Then probably not.
Oh, the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
if that bus is going to get rear ended.
Not driving a bus.
No, yeah. If you're sitting in the back and you get rear ended, that probably doesn't seem safe. But also, you get hit T-boned. So I don't know.
Oh man,
I'll go frontish of the bus.
You're thinking totally diabolical there, but okay.
Just thinking safety.
There you go. All right, next one on the list.
Well, this is a ridiculous question. By the way, that last question was from Eeyore. This one is from Sergeant Mal Reynolds. And this is a ridiculous question because it doesn't make sense to me. Only being able to wash your bed sheets once a year or have to wash them every day. Like
it would be every day. For me.
You'd have to pick between those two options. Although it'd be very monotonous and be like, I gotta wash my sheets again. Wouldn't you? I mean, a year?
Yeah, I couldn't do it a whole year. Now I was only sleeping in the bed like once because I was always busy. No, but it wouldn't be that dirty or whatever. But I would be doing it. I would rather do it every day. I mean, some cleanliness. I know the sheets won't last long because they'll start deteriorating in the washer and dryer.
Ripped. Okay. J Bick asks, modern rap or old school rap?
Oh, that's easy. Old school.
Yeah,
old school rap.
Yeah.
I only have a few modern rappers that I actually understand and what the hell they're saying.
Oh no.
Which is
you sound so old.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
J. Cole. Lil Wayne. And where's Lil Wayne? He's not old school. Is he old school or is he
He's not old school nor
he's modern. Like right in the middle. He's kind of like us because we're Gen Xers. So we're like in the middle of Gen Z and Ys and all everybody.
What was his first album? Let me look up Lil
That's
Wayne's.
True.
The block
question. Notorious Afro said back on the last question here.
2000.
A question from a young person. How old is Maul? Maul is my age, Notorious. I guess he wanted that out there. Oh man.
I'll have to go old school. But I mean,
old school.
I'm not talking like a hip hop, a hibbit. Like I'm not talking that old. Like, can I just go old school and into like the 90s?
Oh, I think the old school now is the 90s for sure.
Okay.
So I'm old school because as I said, the only current rappers is J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and I had one more. I forgot. But
can I tell you my favorite modern rapper? Yeah. Because a lot of I sound old now. A lot of the rap you'll hear that is newer is, to me, it's like it's good, it's fine, it's got a great beat, whatever. But there is a guy that is on YouTube, and I probably talked about him before.
Okay.
and his name is Harry Mack. Harry Mack. And he is a dude that freestyle raps. He has never written down a rap ever.
Really? Okay.
And
that's dope. I like that already. That's like Eminem stuff.
It is. And he'll take words from, he has these YouTube videos. Look him up. It's amazing. And he will rap. Like, so if you said school bus, he would rap school bus, but then he'd start rapping about yellow. He'd start rapping about wheels. He'd start, he would put it all together. And it sounds like he wrote everything down. It is the most amazing freestyle. In fact, I'm a huge fan of Eminem. If those two freestyle battle, I would pick Harry Mack.
Ooh, that's saying a lot.
He's amazing. Ooh, he's undoubtedly the best freestyle rapper I've ever heard.
Ooh, we might do. Ooh, I don't know who. We could find some people with 7 degrees of separation here. We could find some people who know somebody who knows somebody who knows Eminem.
Oh, I would love to. He will blow your mind.
Get your Mac kid on here.
He will blow your mind. Because it's not just like he rhymes ball with tall. No, he'll take like photosynthesis and he'll rap it. And then he'll start rapping about plants. Like, and it's all off the top. And it sounds like it sounds like he took like a month to write it all down. It's amazing.
And it just happened. Yeah. That would be a battle to see. Like to have a rap battle with Eminem. They do the ciphers. They call them ciphers, which is battles where I think or they just call them rap battles. But that'll be a rap battle I would pay to see. Eminem and Mac in this Mac. What's his whole name?
Harry
Mack. Harry Mack. That would be fly.
It's crazy.
Eminem, no, he's known to shut down careers. Especially if you get on his bad side. Like if you piss Eminem off, he is coming for the jugular. And I've seen it. I've seen rappers. I can't remember who went at him recently, but in the last 20 years since he's been out.
When did Machine Gun Kelly come out?
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was, Derrick Henry, that stiff arm. That's what that looked like. It was like, God, dog. They just destroyed.
Well, anytime you poke Eminem, that's just dumb.
Exactly. You can't. That's that dog. In the rap world, he's a dog. Like we say on the football field or athletic, area that we talking about dogs. That's a dog in the rap game. He's one of them dogs that you cannot mess with. You mess with that dog, he gonna bite you and kick you up off the club real quick. Oh man, last one on the list here, John. That was a good conversation there. Okay. Last one on the list. You might like this one.
By the way, I'll send you some Harry Mack stuff. Comedian in a serious film or a serious actor in a comedy film. Ooh, serious actor in a comedy film. Because they set them up like they have great writers, right? And if you get a serious actor with some dynamite lines, they're going to crush it. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, for example, like a Jim Carrey in a serious role or Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler is doing a lot of serious roles lately.
Those aren't great. Those are great movies. Oh, man, maybe I'm talking myself out of it now.
I like to see, I think comedians doing a serious role is a lot easier than vice versa.
Okay.
Says look at somebody like a Daniel Day-Lewis, who is a serious role-playing actor, right? Like he gets in character. Like he
becomes that person.
It's the method acting I was trying to get out. Method. He's a traditional method actor. That means he gets into full character even off camera. And so when you talk to him, you got to talk to him like he's still that character. That's what I've heard Daniel Day-Lewis does. So just imagine him in something with Chris Tucker or Kevin Hart.
He'd crush it.
You think he would crush it? You think he could do that?
Well,
I would love him to crush it because he's a professional and he's already doing something that he does really good at being a method actor. So I would say in the right writing and the setting, the director, he can crush it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say take a serious actor. I'm gonna go serious actor comedy film because it'll show me because I'm a moviegoer. I love movies, horror being my favorite. It would show me as an actor. Oh man, he got game. He or she got game. Like they got it. So I'm gonna go serious actor in a comedy film.
That was my first reaction. So I guess I'll go with that too. But man, I can talk myself out of it because Notorious Afro on Twitch brings up a great example. And that's kind of what I was thinking of. That and Adam Sandler and is it Hidden Gems, I believe?
Hidden Gems. He was
He's
the
great.
Bookie. He was the bookie. Yeah, he was the
great.
Bookie. Awesome.
He's like an Academy Award winning actor in that. And so was Jim Carrey in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or whatever.
Yeah. What's up, Bear fan? How you doing, man? We just getting through this or that. About to head over to game releases now. Let's head over there. Let me get to there's the the title running, and here we go. Game releases, John. It's playing right now.
Okay, we'll trust you. Game releases. Game releases. All right, is it done?
Yeah, it's done. It's done. And you're up first, buddy.
Okay, what's the first one we got? Colossal Cave. This is what I was talking about. Colossal Cave is okay. So they've got this new version of Colossal Cave.
Right.
It's a family adventure video game, and they say it's a reimagined, right? It's a reimagined of the original. Colossal Cave is a reimagined of the original text-based adventure game, first introduced in 1975 as a fully immersive, now 3D VR experience. Colossal Cave is well known for tens of million gamers worldwide. So they're bringing it into 3D, and you can see, let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, you can see the different gameplay of Colossal Cave. And so I'm not exactly sure what the whole point of this is, what you're trying to do. Let me see here.
It look like you're obviously exploring. You could be look like a pirate. You're hunting.
You explore a vast and extensive cave.
There you go.
Seeking, hold on, seeking treasures. Okay. And then you encounter characters and all creatures. That. The player's quest is to find all the treasure. Okay.
Yeah.
All the treasure. But they said it's a reimagined of this 1975 game. So let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
And let me show you what this 1975 game looks like. I found this on YouTube. So let me play this. So, can you see this? Here, let me turn this down. I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay.
Oh, it's the old like Oregon Trail used to be.
Kind of like Oregon Trail, exactly.
Yeah.
So you just basically, it says you are in a secret canyon which exists to the north and east. A huge green fierce dragon bars the way. The dragon is sprawled out. What do you want to do? Kill the dragon with what? Your bare hands? Yes. Congratulations. You have just Frankers. And it's just all text if you're watching this on Twitter. It's just all text on your screen. This is what video games used to be. Like, remember,
this is
at least the Oregon Trail had like pictures.
It had a few pictures, yeah. And like there's an updated Oregon Trail. I was being told by a faculty member. I was telling them about my gamer story that I played that when I was a kid, and they said the new one now they have the graphics where when one of the settlers or people on the trail get dysentery, it shows them pooping. It blacks out the bar when they pull down their pants.
Oh, great. They like a censored bar was over. So this is Colossal Cave. It's been reimagined. Like I said, 3D VR, you're exploring caves, but this is what it's reimagined off of. So just, video games have come a long way because it used to be just reading and typing. Right.
It was so you got to be in that game. You have to be the grinder to actually love that and go there. So I got your next game queued up here. The game that I own, and I only played it maybe once or twice, but I want to get back into it.
All right, this one is Monster Hunter Rise. Now, this has already been out, I believe, on Nintendo, but it's coming to the Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4 for $39.99. It also is going to include 4K resolution support, advanced graphics, voice chat, 3D audio, and more. This is one you said you wanted to check out.
Yeah, I've had this game, and it came out like back in 2019, 2018. It's a fun game. It's always new DLC, a lot of DLC, because they're just creating and adding the monsters that you hunt on in this game. And they made a movie with Mila Jovovich from Resident Evil.
Yeah, so it's an action role-playing video game. It's released, like you said, what'd you say, 20, I would say between 2018 2019 is when it actually dropped. Okay. Something like that. It's kind of a fighting shooter, role-playing game, action-adventure type of game. And there you go. You can be a monster hunter.
Yeah, the graphics are pretty good. That's one thing that's beautiful about it. PlayStation, Xbox is on all those consoles. So you get to now, I say, look more into your characters there. And the skins is always a thing, John. The skin, always a thing. It's got 4K resolution now, 60 frames per second. And you know what I think they should start doing? Because we just talked about how they're reimagining games from the 70s. What if you reimagined modern games into the 70s and you made text-based games? Anybody ever think of that? Ooh. Maybe you had Monster Hunter Rise, but it's just all answering questions and reading.
Right?
gamers today would not be happy. I'll just say that. They will be like, wait a minute.
Selling video game.
You giving me homework? Is this homework? This is schoolwork? I want
Stop
to
making
shoot
me
and
read.
move, and I
Yeah.
want to shoot the Gatling gun right there and destroy that pterodactyl with flames for wings. Like, no, I don't want. Now I got to type more. I got to type more. I don't want to do that. That's what they'll be like. No, they don't want that life here.
Yeah, I might have just happy. You know how the Call of Duty, the most recent one had that $800 million in sales in like 2 days or whatever. Yeah, mine would have like $8 of sales in the first 2 days.
Oh, potentially. Oh my God, it'll be yeah. It might be down that aisle, but there, John. All right, next game I have here. Let me see. I'm putting it up here. There we go. We got. I did your thing. You know how you do.
Yeah.
Look at the names and you just pick something.
Yeah.
I had to pick this one. It's called when it gets off this commercial. Definitely not fried chicken. So when this Hulu ad, oh no, I can skip it. There you go.
I was just like, okay.
There it is. It's called Definitely Not Fried Chicken. Okay. So Definitely Not Fried Chicken is a business management simulator with a twist. So check out this business. Grow your drug trade through legitimate fronts by managing both sides of the business. Acquire businesses, quote, businesses, meet new clientele, develop their potent narcotics, make lots of money, and leave the city in ruin. This is okay. This is this game. So it's like GTA with less graphics.
Oh, there goes the head. The graphics are not impressive.
And check out the developer name of this game is named Dope Games. So Dope Games makes a dope game. Play on words. You like that? You like that?
And
along with Merge Publisher, or the publisher is Merge Games. So this is on PC. This is on all platforms, I believe. And when I saw the title, I was like, oh, you know, what's going to happen? Oh, it's only on PC, excuse me. It's only on PC. But I'm like, and then when I read the description, I'm like, oh my goodness. So this GTA Saints Row on steroids here.
And those graphics are very blocky, like Minecraft-ish, I guess.
So Odie, and now the next game I got, because I know we got to get going on this, get to Wednesday for you. And I know you like to talk about your game reviews, but real quick, get my one game up here. Go Odie Bagiddy. Hitman World of Assassination is actually Hitman 3 that's being kind of updated. So I played Hitman 1 and 2 to completion. Love the games. It's an IO interactive game that eventually will be, they're taking Hitman. They're going to add, when you get this game, you can actually have Hitman 1 and 2 and do the playthroughs on that as well. Excuse me. So for current owners of Hitman 3, we'll get a free upgrade of Hitman World Assassins on all platforms, you know, in this game here. So it's giving you a little treat by having all the games. And I like games that did this. I know God of War did this way back when I'll say around the time I retired, because I was able to play God of War 1, 2, and 3 at the time on PS. I think that was on PS3. And now I'm finishing. I'm in Ragnarok right now. I finished the last God of War that came out in 2018. So Hitman World of Assassins, it's right now sitting at $70. Where all games are hovering around $70 right now. Like I said, it includes Hitman 3, 1, 2 game of the year access pass and the Hitman 2 standard pass. And you also can purchase the Hitman World Assassination duplex or deluxe pack, excuse me, for $30 to get the Hitman deluxe pack, Hitman 3 7 Deadly Sins collection, and the Hitman 2 expansion access pack.
Okay,
it's out. It came out. Comes out tomorrow actually. So check it out. I know the Hitman. It's always fun.
Look at
doing
that.
your job, getting paid. The graphics look great as usual.
And I didn't even see the graphics in this trailer. It just showed a really cool trailer with words.
Yeah, that's true.
What does it look like?
I was reading.
Wait, why does that say 2016?
It was old. Oh man,
Is that an old one?
I guess I messed.
It still looks. I get the concept. It looks awesome. You can be like, there were options like a brutal amateur, and it had some dude with an axe.
You're right.
Professional, you know, like the guy with the gun, or a silent assassin. Who would you rather be? The dude that just silent assassin.
Silence.
Okay, not even a question.
I want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. Not even seen.
Silence. You don't want to be the pro with like the nice suit and you're all slick about it.
Yes, I want to be the pro, but then you don't know who, or I'll disappear. Like you'll see me 1 second, then I'll be around the corner, disappear, then I come up on you. You know.
Yeah, the brute force version of that you're just gonna get hurt. You know, if you can go from a distance and do your work,
that's Leroy Jenkins style.
Yeah,
that's Leroy Jenkins. That's how you do it. Let's get on to what's on stream with our breakdown and recap of Wednesday on Netflix. What's on stream is playing right now, John.
Okay, row your boat gently down the stream. That's what it's saying. Excuse me. It's time for what's on stream.
All right, here we're into the beautiful show of Wednesday Addams, and it's episode 5. You reap what you woe. I like how they're using woe.
Yeah.
In every title of the series here.
Oh, they are.
Or episode. So as you reap what you woe is episode 5, and I'll hand it off to you, John. You can start it off.
Okay, so Ahman and I are going through the 8 episodes of Wednesday on Netflix, 2 at a time, episodes 5 and 6. So this one starts with, and by the way, the way I kind of review these is I take notes while I watch them.
I love your note taking.
And awesome. I just kind of read what
everybody get ready. Get your popcorn ready.
What stood out to me. Okay, so basically she looks back at why her father was accused of murder, right?
Mm-hmm. She finds out. Yeah, she
finds out. Let me see here. The one girl, this is what I wrote. The one girl's mom showed up. My guess is she has
her roommate's mom. Yeah.
Oh, my guess is she has some beef with Morticia, is what I wrote.
Oh, yeah.
They go to family therapy, and Wednesday asked her father why he was accused of murder, and that leads her mother to rush out of the session. Then something happens in the series that makes no sense to me.
What?
Then she goes and visits Eugene. Remember little Eugene?
At the hospital. You mean Wednesday? You mean Wednesday?
Wednesday. Sorry. Then Wednesday.
Her own very few friends.
Yeah. Then Wednesday visits Eugene in the hospital, and he's like on a ventilator.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, isn't Eugene dead?
No, he survived. You remember?
He's got a ventilator? Didn't that little dude get torn to shreds?
He got hit a couple of times by the Igor monster or whatever.
I mean, come on, man. He was torn. Like, this monster is not doing its job very. It is a huge monster that could obviously overtake anybody, especially that little dude. And now I guess he's alive. Okay, that's good because
he said the little dude.
I'm glad he's alive because I like this character.
Right.
Let's see. Then
I love John and his commentary. It's so awesome.
I can't read. What did I write here? Gets arrested for murder. Oh, then her dad gets arrested for that murder, right?
Yeah, because remember they were still investigating from when they were on campus in high school at Nevermore, and the murder happened. That was provoked by one of the families that didn't like Nevermore, the high school being there, and the kids and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but once again,
poison and kill the kids that were at the school, but it didn't work. But the son died basically.
Once again, like they have him arrested, and you're thinking this is a big deal in the series, and it doesn't take that long for him to get it. Acquitted basically, because they dig up a grave and find out that the dude was actually killed prior to that. He was going to die with poison. Hey, by the way, there's Eugene, if you're watching, on a ventilator.
Yeah.
And then at the end, someone burns on the lawn the words "Fire will rain," and you're
Fire will rain. So that's like a threat to Nevermore. And the whole breakdown, like you said at the beginning, with the families coming to visit. So it's the family weekend. She's been off away, and there's the dad. I can't think of his name now. Gomez is being arrested right there, and now he's getting interrogated by his daughter. And here is the breakdown of what happened the night of when Morticia and Gomez were then attacked by the one son of the family that didn't like Nevermore being there. So he actually came there with the vial in his jacket. They ended up killing him. That he was dying anyway. And so the stab wound was nothing. He would have died anyway. So it wasn't Gomez or Morticia with the murder. So this is all spoiler reports for anybody that hasn't watched this. If you don't mind spoiling like me, then you're good. But if you don't, mute us. Don't take us off. Just mute us and still tune in.
And you also find out that it wasn't Gomez. It was Morticia.
Exactly. So it was a whole bunch of little twisting things. You find out it's Morticia, then you find out even though Morticia stabbed him, he was holding the sword. the vial in his jacket that was supposed to go into the punch because it was a party that night, a school party for everybody to take it and die. So this family really had it out for all the kids at Nevermore, but it didn't happen. But 30 years later, the sheriff who arrested Gomez then, he was hard bent to get him. Like I said, there is the stab wound. I guess it was all incidental. And then Gomez takes the sword to make it look like he did it, from the president or the head mistress who is of the school now saw him standing at the top. But Wednesday doing her job, man, she's a good detective, finds out that he was poisoned because of the resin that was still on the fingers of the body, had the blue resin on the lips and the fingernails and all that fun stuff. So Wednesday, she's my girl, but she's still learning how to be social and friends because she's pissing off her roommate right now.
By the way, is this, I mean, there's going to be a Wednesday, a new series.
Oh, right? Yeah, it's going to be in season 2. They already greenlighted season 2.
So this is what I was thinking about when I was watching episode 6 last night. So basically this has turned into, I think I said before, I started appreciating it for what it is. It's like a whodunit story.
Yep.
But I was thinking, like, so is Wednesday just like a detective at this point? Like, season 2, is this just basically a detective series based around the Addams family at this point? Is that what we've come to expect? Is she just going to solve mysteries like the Hardy Boys or something?
I think so. I think that's what they're setting the tone here with her, because she doesn't, she's a loner. She is working to become a better friend and better roommate to her roommate. I try to find her name here, the character name here.
Enid or
Enid. Is it Enid? Yeah. So she's trying to do the social stuff that she despises. She despises being social because of her personality. She likes to be alone. She likes to figure out stuff. She likes creepy stuff, and them teaching her on will pull off of that, since that's buffering. I'll pop back into that. So it's just her also growing up at the same time of being a detective and all that. She's just finding out, I got to be a friend, because she, in this episode, she is still using friendship as a tool to then manipulate, get her friends to do things, hang out like she did with the son at the coffee shop, and then her roommate to go out and then find out it wasn't even a double date or a hangout. It was her trying to investigate the whole murder case of what her father was accused of.
So she's growing as a character, slowly
growing as a character, the social side of her, because they're like, people like her. People think she's cool. The way she danced, as we talk about last show a couple weeks ago when they were at the school dance, so they know she literally, even though she looks like she's dead, she has a pulse.
Yes.
You like that? You like how I did that?
So, and by the way, shout out to you. I didn't even notice that the word whoa, W-O-E, was in every single episode.
So the episode 6 is, what is it called? Quid pro whoa. So I like when writers and directors or whoever decide to do that in a series, do that, those little play on words in the titles or in the script. I love it. I think that's fun to keep a tab of because you got to think about that. That takes time, and I appreciate that as well.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's my episode 6 recap.
So episode 6, what's going on, John?
All right. So apparently she's doing seances at the start, and she's trying to communicate. Remember Goody Adams from earlier in the series?
Yep. That was in the picture. That was her. Yeah. Yep. Flashback.
So trying to control her psychic abilities. She saw a vision of a house. She finds out where that is with the gate. She goes to it. Apparently, it's the house of that guy who was murdered in the 90s by Morticia, right? The family.
Yep.
Okay. And then she sneaks into the mayor's car, right?
Yep.
And he was there, and he had some vital information. And this bothered me.
Uh-oh.
Okay. When she sneaks into the mayor's car, she slams the back doors like an SUV. She slams that back door. And that's a bunch of BS. Like, he wouldn't have heard that.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. At least they could have done like they could have made it a little more realistic. No?
I think sometimes they have assistants on set of movies or TV series. And sometimes that person might miss that because it's obviously a detail that, oh no, you can't do that. You can't, because people won't think that's real.
He's standing right next to his driver's side door, and someone's
and you don't hear that. Like, come on, come on.
He's not gonna go, oh, what was that?
You're right.
Like my door.
Yeah, he doesn't even peep over. He doesn't be like, oh, door just shut and it wasn't me. You're like, wait a minute. I'm stopping the car. I'm like, hold up, what's really going on?
Yeah. And then anyway, the mayor gets hit by a car. They go. Then she. Then she. How you did that. And like you said, how she manipulated her friends, the cop's son and her roommate, and they go to this place, And
like in the middle of the woods, looking and investigate, what happened to Eugene and what happened to her dad, basically.
And they see the car that hits the mayor. They see all these body parts. They see the monster. And she's like, they escape. And then she goes, tells the cop, and he's like, they go there and everything's gone.
Yeah.
Everything's gone.
Yeah. So it's definitely covering up going on here. And Enid and the boyfriend is kind of her boyfriend.
She's got like two guys that want.
Yeah, she has two guys. It's the other dude that hangs out with the siren actress character,
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
as I call him.
Oh, you call him
because he looks like a young Trevor Lawrence.
That's true. So it's Tyler. It's Hunter. The actor name is Hunter Dohan. Dohan is Tyler. He's the actual.
Tyler's his name?
Okay. No, yeah, that's the guy. That's the kid working at the restaurant. He's the coffee.
Oh, Tyler. Okay.
Batista is a
barista.
Mm-hmm. And Joy Sunday, who's the actress of Bianca Barclay, who is the siren. Who's the siren? Her mom
with those crazy eyes,
crazy looking, cool eyes.
Blue
I like
eyes,
those.
Yeah.
I like those a lot.
Pop.
So
and then finally, my final thought on this episode 6.
Right.
So then at the end, she had taken a box from the house where they saw the monster and all the body parts.
Correct.
Or it was one of these family members of the guy who's murdered in the 90s. And then she notices some pictures fall out, and she notices there are pictures of her, like someone snapping photos of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the series, they show like a hand pulling the ventilator hose on the mayor who's in the hospital. And
it's getting real cloak and dagger here.
And she's like, I vow to find you. Like she's typing out, like, I will find you. But I think it's dumb with the ventilator. Here's why. Because they show someone like you're assuming like, oh, mayor's history. But that's dumb, because if that happened at a real hospital, like the nurses there would probably get an alert like, hey, the ventilator screwed up in room 5. And they just go there and go, oh, look, it's disconnected. Yes, and he would be fine. Like, so when that's the way you're going to get rid of the mayor. You're just going to pull the ventilator hose and not expect the people at the hospital to be like alerted that the ventilator is not working anymore.
Great question. Great question. But maybe the next episode they'll find out and maybe they'll investigate. The
next episode should show it should start with the nurses walking in going, oh, look, his hose is unconnected. And it's connected.
He may be dead. He may not be dead. We'll find out. Come episode, what's this? It'll be episode 7.
We're gonna wrap it up next week.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up 7, 8, 8 next week, and then we'll move on to we'll maybe find something in the interim or talk about some movies.
We got to do Last of Us,
and we got to get ready for. Dang, we got Last of Us and The Mandalorian.
And Mandalorian starts in March, so we got this is like
we got to go fast. We got to go fast.
Because I want to get real time with The Mandalorian because I want to watch that sucker every week.
I know you do. You got your Grogu. So there's all the video finally came up. So this is what we all talked about here. Fire will rain and all that fun stuff. So yes, I like Wednesday as a detective. She turns over every stone. She doesn't miss anything, and everybody's on her suspect list. Mm-hmm. There's the Trevor Lawrence character that you like. Why does that keep repeating there?
I don't know what is going on.
Is that this? It is in a circle there. It's in a loop.
I watched.
Oh, there we go. It
moved. Sometimes I watch these shows with the subtitles on if I don't have the sound up so much, and you got a loop going here on Twitch. Like my loop started going with the subtitles last night when I was watching this. Like she said one thing, and it would pop up, and then other characters would come in and say something. But anytime there was no speech, the original subtitle would pop up. It popped up the entire episode, like that one line she had when I first started watching. Anytime there was a drop in people's speech, it would pop up. I don't know. It reminded me of that.
You gotta get new internet. You gotta get new internet.
I need new
It's
internet.
lagging.
With a 14 character passcode.
Yes, there you go. Hey, we're gonna break this up. We're gonna have clips. Watch the show of this show. So we gotta have those clips broken down by my man Jeremy Schwick from Schwick Media. We've been getting the clips out, and so you'll be able to clip. We're gonna clip that, and you'll be able to talk about or see us talking about all the tips to secure your information, all your profile accounts. I'll give you updates on my Twitter account, Saga, right now, and hopefully you do not get hacked here in 23 anywhere, because now you know what to do to firewall, to two-way notification, and to 14 character, where it takes the hacker 1,400 years to get into your account. And by that time, we'll be in the Matrix. Or it's going to be AI taking over by that time.
We'll be inside. Chat GPT will be inside our brains by that time.
Exactly.
We'll know everything.
We will be sentient beings of ourselves. So I
By
want
the
to
way,
say,
Chat GPT is getting really weird.
what's Chat
As a
GPT?
side note, do you know what Chat GPT is?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, I should
Educate
have
me,
brought this up
please.
at the very end of the podcast.
Okay.
It is Google it. It's artificial intelligence that you can type and ask it to do things for you. And it will write papers like people are cheating with it in school. It has
Really?
now recently passed an MBA exam, the bar, and a US medical license examination.
What?
Like, yep.
You know what? It sounds like, and then we got somebody in the chat says, I'll put this up. It says Chat GPT is going to make homework obsolete.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
somebody created a program that basically you type in like the math problem or the assignment and it'll do it.
You can say, write a paper about the 19th century Renaissance, blah, 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 anything. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can tell it to do anything. I've told it to write intros for me for my radio broadcasts.
What?
And it writes intros for you. It'll write papers for you on any subject.
You got to send me, well, for my purpose. Yeah, for the stuff I need that help too.
It'll write scripts for you, like movie scripts.
You see my face right now?
It is passed the US medical exam and it's going to become a lawyer. Like, it is.
Are you serious?
And Ahman, this just happened in December. Like, this thing is, check back in a year.
I'm with Fortnite Dad. I'm with Fortnite Dad right here.
Check back in 5 years, dude. In 10 years, this thing, you will not know who is an expert in anything. Right. I won't know, because everyone will be an expert in everything. All you have to do is type it into the thing and it's going to tell you what to say or what to do. And we all interact with text online anyway. Dude, it's going to get really weird.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I've dreamt of this. I'm like, man, I wish it was something I could, like when I'm doing an assignment or I'm doing a presentation.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, I wish I could just type in a few words and then it just takes it from there.
Yep.
Just jokingly.
There you go.
I was like, I know I had to do the work and I'd get it done, but I'm like, man, I need this. I wish it could just do that for me.
And it's going to change. It's going to change our lives.
Man, this has been in Blade Runner. Remember Blade Runner, the old school and the new school Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling, and the last one, the first one with Harrison Ford, Matrix. That's this type of stuff going on, man.
It can like on the comments too. It can write code as well. Like, you can tell it to write code to do this. It'll write the code for you. And my buddies and I talk about this all the time. And he's like, people are going to be out of work. It will do the work for every single job. How will people be
out of work though?
Because you don't need copyright. You don't need creativity. It creates everything for you. It can be a lawyer for you eventually. It's going to be able to diagnose. It can be a therapist. It can be anything in the world. And it's going to be 1,000 times cheaper than a human. It's going to be weird, man.
Wow. That was an interesting comment.
Exactly what this comment. This is what I've been thinking about. When it will be compatible with Neuralink. Neuralink is something you put in your brain.
Yeah, that ain't happening to me. If it's something, it's not going in my brain. I'm going to use my brain until I'm in the dirt.
When that gets combined, you are going to be able to tell it with your thoughts to work out. And if you're having it's going to work in real time. You're going to be able to sound like you're smart, but it's really just your connection telling you what to like. How are you going to differentiate people? Like, it's going to be like some serious trouble, I think, but it's going to be super awesome too.
Man, dude, I'm at a loss for words right now.
It's going to be crazy.
Send me more information. Or I'm going to Google it or something. Just send me
and Google it. That phrase is going to be obsolete.
Oh yeah.
Google better step their game up or they're going to get lapped.
Oh, Google had other problems to deal with. That was another article I almost put up in here, but I saw the League of Legends one. But they got some things they got to fix that work out too, though.
We should do a podcast where Chat GPT is a co-host one time and ask it its opinion and stuff on things.
We probably could do that. The way this thing is it's AI.
Yeah, we just
it's Skynet. This is Skynet.
It's close. I mean, they have some safeguards in there.
Skynet. This sounds like Skynet to me. And
what happens? Seriously, and I know it's coded in a way. It is, but what happens when people uncode it and we get new variations of this? And
problems.
And what if it starts to trick us?
Problems. That's what's going to happen. Problems. If you see any sci-fi movie, from Terminator to The Matrix to Blade Runner, you saw ATM spitting out money to the gas prices skyrocketing to, just this bad stuff. Bad stuff. That's all I'm gonna say.
One thing though that my buddy said, and it made me think too. He goes,
right.
So what if it figures out like how to cure cancer?
That's great. I want more good stuff than bad stuff.
Yeah,
definitely want
that.
Good
luck getting a job in 10 years.
That is wild. I'm gonna see. Was it Chat GPT? Okay, yeah. I got it in the chat. I'm gonna write this down. I ain't got nothing till 2:30.
Dude, it'll write whatever you want it to write in whatever style you want it to dictate that in. And you can tell it like act like a whatever, act like a script writer, act like this, act like that, and do this for me.
I would just
now it's not always great.
Right. Yeah,
sometimes
you still gotta
go back in.
It. You probably gotta go back and proofread it. But I'm thinking like I'm starting to write my book. I'm starting to
write the book for you.
I want to do a children's book and I'm gonna do an autobiography book. I've had an interesting life, and a children's book. I'm a big kid, but I remember my childhood very vividly on learning lessons and having fun and being friends with the kids in my neighborhoods that I grew up in, and my football and baseball early years was all straight comedy. It was some stuff going on that was hilarious, but this right here might help me through that.
It's gonna help you. It's crazy, man.
That is wild. The world is interesting. Variety is the spice of life. Like with your password, 14 characters, please do that. Two-way character verification. Do it. Don't be lazy. Don't be mad at the people that says do it. Do it. Keep your account secure. My Twitter's been hacked. My wife's Facebook has been hacked several times.
Oh, Facebook seems to get hacked every week.
Oh my God, it's like a daily ritual with Facebook users. They just want to get in our accounts for my thing is, why do I want to get other like the Facebook? Like I get like bank accounts. That's obvious what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But your social media accounts, why do you want to get into somebody else's social media account when you basically taking on what they already probably hate doing is posting stuff,
Right. And the Facebook's the worst when you get like so-and-so wants to be your friend. You're like, I thought we were friends like 10 years ago. I guess so. Click.
Yep, and Notorious, you're right. It says that's because people don't recognize phishing stuff. And phishing stuff, man, they're like this, like I said in the article of League of Legends, they're getting really diabolical because you can't tell the difference between something that's fraudulent to something that's legitly from a company saying, hey, you need to change your password or you need to do something with your, update your account or whatever. They're getting deadly. And
now add Chat GPT to it, which is going to convince you that it's human as opposed to some of these crappy phishing scams.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, we got you from Notorious. Yep. It says gave you the permissions. Yep. So yeah, that means you got to be valiant in your protection of your information. Please do that. This is a PSA announcement, a public service announcement for everybody on this podcast, live or recording. Please do that. See the clips. We'll be back here next week, same bat channel, same bat time. I might be we actually have a podcast studio on campus right down the hallway from my office, John. So I'm gonna mess around in there this week and try to get set up and be in that office for next week, next Wednesday at 11. Sweet. I think it would be sweet. So check us out. Like I said, we'll be back here same time, 11 a.m. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and hopefully Twitter. Maybe I get hacked back. I hack back in my own account.
Yeah.
There you go. So everybody have a good rest of your day. John, have a good rest of your week.
See ya.
And see you next week. We'll be chit-chatting as usual.
Brought to you by Bet Online.
Bet Online. They're helping us out. Big time sponsors. Everybody have a good day. Check out Wednesday Addams. Finish it. If you haven't, get started. Please do. Just do that.